And it's something that like you can essentially hold close to you at night. Like when the money's gone, if you don't have a place to sleep, like the Father, the Holy Spirit, Yeshua is my foundation.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And over here, your name and age.
Ayana, and I'm 27.
Ayana, what do you do?
I'm a personal trainer.
Girl. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
Okay. So what I would say is what I learned throughout my years is definitely being adaptive and being able to give yourself grace. Life is not perfect. You're going to go through things. You're going to go through ups and downs. So I feel like it's up to the person to know, okay, let me adjust or let me pivot a little bit and move forward. It's not trying to fit in a box or fit societal norms. So that's what I would say is the main factor that I take in is always being adaptive and giving myself grace when things don't work out the way I want.
Perfect. I love it.
All right, if we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Nia, I'm 32.
And what do you do?
So I'm an insurance claims adjuster, bartender, singer-songwriter, model, overall creative.
Very busy. All right, if you want to go ahead and answer his question.
So an intrinsic value that I have is accountability. Whenever I feel as though that I've mistreated someone, I automatically apologize. Or even if they didn't state that they felt harm, I recap things that happened and I reach out to them and say, hey, was this an issue? Like, how can we fix this? Were you okay with this? So I would say accountability.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you.
All right, so we did get 2 pops back here. Why did we end up popping our balloon?
For me, it was just the initial attraction. It just wasn't immediate. But I liked everything you had to say, though.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Now, is she someone that's your type?
Yes, definitely. You know, I like her whole decorum.
Thank you.
You know, her sense of style is amazing. You know, I love women, so, you know, yeah. I say that to say that I don't have many deal breakers when it comes to like how a woman puts herself together. That's what I mean by I love women. So I would never, if I see a woman that takes time and to put into her appearance, whether it's makeup, whether it's her lashes, whether it's her hair, you know, accessories, stuff like that, I look at that as she's putting forth the effort and trying to show me her best side, you know? So that's what I meant by your decorum. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Business owner, managing your team feels like constant chaos? With Connect Team, you get a live overview of everyone's schedule, synced directly to the time clock, so you always know where your team is without dialing a single number. Timesheets are neatly organized with 0 missing hours or costly errors, and exporting to payroll is just 1 click away. Don't get stressed, get Connect Team.
Okay, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I love how you're dressed. You look good. You clearly, take pride in your appearance. You came out here today and you look good. When she gave her answer about religion and she said her intrinsic value is like religion and her faith and all of that, you said that it was your response was perfect, I think. I'm not a religious person, so if you value that, then I'm probably like not the person for you because I'm not a religious person. So that's why I popped.
And if you don't mind me asking, what do you believe in?
Honestly, right now, I'm not sure. I grew up Pentecostal, like heavily Christian. But right now, I don't have any core beliefs in terms of religion.
Okay, well, I respect that.
Okay.
You know, I would never put anyone down based on their journey because we're all on a journey.
Absolutely.
You know? So I respect that. I believe that two adults could have different belief systems and still respect each other.
Okay.
You know, so I respect you.
Okay.
Are a man of faith, like what is your faith and like what does your day-to-day look like with spending time with God if that's something that you do?
Okay, so I'm a Christian. And basically my day-to-day walk would be me waking up in the morning. First thing I do, I have like a bottle of water by my bed. I drink that. I pray to God, thank him for waking me up this morning, for giving me all my faculties on my body are in perfect working order. A lot of people take that for granted, to to be able to just wake up and get out of your bed on your own will and to be healthy, you know? So I don't take that for granted, and I thank him every day for that. That's the first thing I do. And then I ask him to basically guide my steps throughout the day, you know? So from I wake up, you know, everything from what I eat to, you know, showering, I'm always like talking to him at different intervals of the day. Like I'd say like a little short prayer, like, all right, I'm about to go on the street. You know, there's traffic out there, people meet in traffic. I just ask for guidance along my journey to get there and get back to my family, you know, safely. And that's it.
Do you have kids, and where do you live?
I do not have any children as of yet, and I live in South Florida.
Okay.
Do you have any children?
No.
And where do you live?
I live in Dallas.
Texas, okay. Perfect.
Good.
Yes.
All right, let's head down over here. Okay, any questions over here?
Absolutely. Do you believe in crying in front of your woman?
I'm not a very crying person, you know what I'm saying? But I do show emotion and I do show vulnerability. But to break out crying, I'm not built like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm built as, I have like an intestinal fortitude inside of me. So if something's going bad, you know, I recoup, regather myself, and I think of solutions on how I could get over that obstacle. So for me to get to the point of crying, that's never gonna happen. Or before I say never, it would rarely, like the chances are very slim. You know what I'm saying? But I would express to you like, hey, you know, babe, something going on with me right now. I'm not feeling, you know, certain things, and I probably bounce some ideas off you, and you know, because I like the inside of a woman as well. You know, I'm very driven, I'm very focused, and I know what I want. But at the same time, I have a partner. I like to see things through her eyes, through her vision, because believe it or not, I don't know everything. My woman might see something that I can't see. You know what I'm saying? So I value her input, her opinion, and her guidance as well.
So is it something that you're comfortable with if it were to happen to the point where you couldn't compartmentalize it anymore?
Okay. I believe in mental health. So if it gets to a point where my mental health is in danger, then of course you got to let it out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, you got to let it out and kind of purge yourself of, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know, that hurt, whatever it is, you know. So yes, if it comes to that point where my mental health would be on the verge of breaking, I would definitely, you know, have that outpour.
Okay.
Beginning about the celibacy, and then when you were explaining like your day-to-day like walk with the Lord, I think prayer is one aspect, but I'm also looking for someone who like incorporates like reading their Bible into that as well, because I think it can be hard to hear from God. Like, yes, we're praying, but it can be hard to hear from God if we're not also reading his word. And that wasn't something that you mentioned. So I think...
Yeah. Okay. Name and age first and answer this question.
Sure. My name's Shalane. I am 32 years old. My ex would describe me as a very affectionate person. I also love like doing surprises. So like if it's a birthday or like any special date in our life and our relationship, I love to like plan things. I'm a very neat and clean person, and I'm low-key a control freak, so I like to know what's going on at all times. So he'd probably mention that as well.
Thank you. Your name and age and answer to this question.
Hi, my name is Lynn, and I'm 28. Oh, the answer, sorry. I would say my ex would describe me as very giving and very selfless. So I like to prioritize like the people that I care about. So when it comes to like friends or family, if anyone needs me, like I'm very reliable. Yeah, I would say I'm very, very reliable. Yeah.
Name and age and answer to this question.
My name is Waverly. I'm 30. My ex would probably describe me as loving, caring, definitely a woman of God, super neat, and yeah, I think that's it.
That's good. Let's go over here. Your name and age and the answer to his question.
Mimi, 28. I would say my ex would describe me as very caring, detail-oriented. I remember the small details he says, and also affectionate.
Name and age and answer to his question.
My name is Nia. I'm 32. And first of all, we be in a barbershop together, so he better not say nothing crazy. I'm very patient, nurturing, understanding, but also I will ghost you in a heartbeat if my standards are not met. So,
Well then. Thank you. Let's head back this way. So we did get a pop over here. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Honestly, I don't think that you're a bad-looking guy, but like the more I looked at him, I just wasn't attracted. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Okay, so what was it?
I don't know, cause his height's good, his face is okay. I just feel like if he approached me when we were out, I wouldn't really be interested.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is she someone that's your type?
I probably wouldn't approach her either.
Okay.
She's not an ugly woman or nothing, but I probably wouldn't approach her either.
Okay, and why not?
I mean, it wouldn't make me say, let me go talk to her. Like,
Crazy as it sounds, I'm only 5'2", so I feel like you're a little too tall. But all your answers are great. I think you're very attractive. It's just the height thing since I am so short. Okay. Sometimes I feel like when I have a guy that's towering over me, I just feel like aesthetically it kind of looks a little off. Yes. So yeah, as crazy as it sounds, just a tiny bit shorter.
Okay. Yeah. How tall are you? Over here, your name and age.
Hi, my name is Lynn and I'm 28.
All right. Lynn, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
So I like the way you dress. I think you're attractive, and I love that you mentioned humanitarianism, because that's something I value as well. It was just when you mentioned you're looking for a woman that at this point is valuing starting a family or a family over a career. Right now, I am only 28, so at this point in my career, I'm still like career focused, and I'm kind of. A family is kind of like the second thought. So I just feel like as of now, we're not aligned because I am career focused and you're looking for someone who's kind of like wanting to kind of start that family. So I just don't think where I'm at right now, we'd be aligned in that. That's literally just it.
All right.
All right.
I would say that I didn't exactly mean someone who's ready to start a family today. I just meant that basically when we get married, when you do get married, you kind of put family above career.
Oh, for sure.
But not right this instant, But I understand, the ideology, and I think she's an attractive person as well.
Thank you.
I like the way she's dressed, and she has, I don't know. As far as the soft-spokenness, again, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. As far as like you want someone to speak louder or speak deep, voice be deeper, or.
I don't even know how I would describe it. I was almost
because it could be changed, it can always kind of change up no matter what. So, do you want to get your balloon back?
No, I want you to be your authentic self. Like if that's just how you talk, that's how you talk. I know like kind of like for some people there's certain sounds that can just be like nails on a chalkboard, and so not that your voice is
his voice is nails on
no, I was just making the comparison.
Oh, okay.
I was making the comparison that for some people it's like that's just not something I necessarily want to hear all day, and because I want to like get married, like my ultimate goal is marriage, like I want to like his voice, it'd be pleasant. So yeah.
All right, cool.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Your name and age and why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Mimi, 28. I love your style. I love the suit. And I also love your philanthropy. I'm a therapist. I work with people all day. It's really the religion. I am spiritual. I have an intimate relationship with God, but I don't believe in, at this point, organized religion. I don't go to church. And that's kind of just where I'm at right now. So I feel like it wouldn't be a match.
Okay. Cool beans. Are you an atheist as well?
I'm not an atheist. I believe in God and have an intimate relationship with him.
Okay, cool beans. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think she's an attractive person. I do like the tattoo as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. nice feet as well.
Uh-oh. You're looking at all the feet. Your name and age and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Nia. I'm 32 years old. Don't do that.
Look, you said not to look.
Give it talent. You're a very dapper gentleman, very established, and I love that. Beautiful man. I just feel like there's I don't want to say the attraction. Everybody always says the attraction, but you know when you feel it, when you just want to be drawn to somebody and you can't help it. And also, I'm not necessarily in church. I'm not an atheist. I'm a bit more spiritual, so I just don't want to hold you up there. So,
Okay. Well, I want to just clarify, I guess, that when I say a relationship with God, I don't mean that I'm ultra saved or that I even read the Bible every day or anything like that. I just simply mean I go to church when I can. I also kind of watch sermons online, and I do have a relationship with God where I do pray very often. But I mean, I curse. I mean, I still live a normal life, if you will. I mean, I still do other things, but I still have a relationship with God, and I just simply want someone that has that as well.
Okay.
But I didn't want to, my friends or whatever to watch this and think like, oh, he's trying to make it seem like, I still live a normal life. I just simply want someone who has a relationship with God or is pursuing a relationship with God.
Okay, understandable.
Now, is she someone that's your type?
Communication and consistency.
You have children?
Yes, I do have one.
How old?
He's 8.
Okay.
Is that a problem?
I'll hear your questions if you have any.
Yeah, it's a child problem.
No, it's not.
Okay.
That's your only question for him?
And long distance. Where you say you?
I currently live in Los Angeles.
Okay, so is long distance a problem for you?
No, I used to live in Atlanta as well, actually. So I still have family down there, and I go visit.
Okay. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah. I mean,
Don't do me too bad.
Hey, whenever y'all say don't look, I'm gonna tell him and zoom in. Whenever y'all say. So I do like the outfit. I think I like the hair as well. I like the style of the hair. She says she's into faith-based as well, and she's a mother, so kind of showing a nurturing skills and a caring ability. So you asked, was a child a problem? The child itself is not the problem, but the age.
Okay.
The age is the problem for me. I don't mind playing stepdaddy, but it would have to be to someone, I would say 10, 12 or older.
Okay.
And I say that because I feel like if I date someone with a young child and we break up and I have an attachment towards this young child, and then we're not talking, we're mad at each other, our relationship is separated, what happens to that relationship with that innocent child, who probably has built an attachment towards me as well? Okay. So someone that young, I wouldn't want to be around unless we were very serious.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, well, that is all the balloons popped. Let's head on back then. Okay, well, like I said, that's all the balloons popped. We do thank you for coming on. Give it up for him, ladies.
Thank you. I will, after the show, if Waverly doesn't get a match, I would like to give her my Instagram, my phone number, because she is perfect to me, honestly, perfection. So if you don't get a match, hit me up, because I can always deep in that voice.
So originally, I was loving the context of the things that you were looking for. But when you said ratchet, I know there's so many different dilemmas to what makes someone come off ratchet. I'm from New York. So yeah, anything you probably say, me talking with my hands right now, so you look at them, could be considered ratchet. I don't know. I'm using that as, I might be being a little exaggerated or exaggerating the context of it. But what I'm saying is, what I wear, anything could be considered ratchet. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying me talking with my hands, it might be like, okay, she kind of got it. Why she using her hands? And it's really not. That's just how I speak or, represent myself. So, yeah, I just think it's you can put somebody in a box very easily by saying they're ratchet, Okay. And I'm not. I just have moments where my friends, we outside, so we outside, we having fun, we having a good time and just living our lives to the best.